What is going on, everyone? Welcome to yet another episode of the Schoch Factor Podcast. And this is another fun one where we have episode 2 for you of the Schott Factor, where Hayden Schott of Texas A&M is going to be joining us to talk to us about what it's been like playing in the SEC. Now that he's gotten his feet wet with a few conference weekends under his belt, we needed to pick his brain, see what the big differences were from the Ivy League to the SEC, because that is such an interesting jump. Now, I think one of my favorite things we end up talking about, and this might be a little bit of a spoiler alert, but Hayden had his first chartered flight with the team, which, from my experience going to App State and UMBC, when we would fly, we would just go to a regular airport. And that's how I would say probably 90% of college baseball teams travel. And that's totally normal. Like, that is a normal college baseball experience. And personally, I always thought it was fun to go to the airports. We would get there super early at UMBC because BWI was right down the road from us. So we would get there and we would have like a number of hours just messing around in the airport, just having fun, being college age kids messing with each other. And it's always a good time. Like, I remember a lot of the travel days. One of my favorite travel days was my freshman year. We traveled to Texas State, and it was a 7 hour travel day because the closest airport to us was 2 hours away. Closest airport to Texas State was about 2 hours away. It was a long travel day. Either way, it was just a blast. And all I really remember from it was, well, one, we got to the hotel at 2 a.m. That part kind of stunk. But we were required to wear button down shirts. And like most people were like, okay, those are going to be nice shirts. My friend Travis Holden told me, like, hey, Hawaiian shirts button down, right? Like, just wear that. And so me and him ended up wearing Hawaiian shirts while everyone else was like dressed kind of nice in polo shirts. So that was fun. I got shelled that weekend. Whatever. That's fun. But either way, we talk about what it's like, just that mind-boggling experience because for guys at Texas A&M, this is normal. This is like how they are used to traveling. So they aren't like, oh, we're getting on a charter. This is insane. It's kind of the norm. But for guys like Hayden who just transferred in and they're used to that other experience, it's insane to just pull up on a tarmac on a bus is a mind-blowing thing to think about the fact that, like, oh, we got to look both ways just in case the airplane's coming in. Blows my mind. I don't know how it's allowed, but if you play in the SEC or you play high-end college baseball where the budget's pretty big, you get to do it. And it's really just an awesome experience. And it's something like, as a player, really sticks with you because it's like every time I fly, I think about, damn, I wish this was as easy as that time I just pulled up to the tarmac and got on the bus. And truth be told, someone else prepared a packing list for me. Shout out Justin Armstead for that. But now travel's way harder because I don't have 30 of my friends dressed the exact same as me going to the exact same destination. So now it's all, hey, that's on you. But that being the case, every time I'm traveling, it makes me think of college baseball. One, because typically going to a college baseball event, but two, it reminds me of, like, damn, I wish this was as easy as when I played college baseball. And so it was really fun to get into that with Hayden. And we got into a lot of other fun topics. Of course, we go into Texas A&M and we get a look behind the scenes there of what it's been like up to this point being a Texas A&M Aggie. And of course, get some insight as to how the pitching staff has had the success they've had from a bit of an outsider, a guy who I am sure is happy to not be facing them in inter squads all fall and is more than happy to just be defending them on the other side of the baseball in the spring. So without further ado, we're going to have a little break from our sponsors and then we'll get right back into it with Hayden.
Have you heard of the 2025 Soldier Tank BB Core Baseball Bat by Soldier Sports? This isn't just any bat, it's lighter and hotter than any of its predecessors. This is thanks to its infused alloy technology that allows an ultra big, ultra hot sweet spot. Crafted from over 2.5 years of research and development, the Soldier Tank is the perfect blend of speed and power. Designed for both power and contact hitters, it features a formula for success. Speed times mass times impact equals extreme power. I've seen it swung. Even the mishits have juice with the Soldier Tank. The bat is priced at an incredible $311, which is well worth it, in my opinion, to be swinging the top scoring BB Core bat ever. They're selling out fast though, so head over to soldiersports.us to secure yours today.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Schott Factor mashup, where we are joined by Hayden Schott once again, and his hat says exactly how I'm feeling. And that's good. It's good. Hayden, how are you doing this week?
Well, I'd have to reiterate that notion as well, Stephen. I missed you. It's good to be back. I miss being on. And honestly, it was weak of me to not come on last week. I think it didn't show what I am mentally. I'm very mentally tough, and I didn't prove that last week, but I'm here and I'm
No,
here. I'm happy to be here.
Look, the college baseball thing, doing that definitely comes first. That's way more important than talking to Steve about it. We will still share your highlights. There are no hard feelings, nothing like that. You, of course, you are a graduate student in college playing baseball. That is very tough to manage. That's very tough to do. So we thank you for even taking the time out this week to talk to us. So we could not be happier to be joined by you. How's school
Happy to
been
do it.
going this semester, by the way?
Oh,
Checking
just
in.
kind of, yeah, it's just schooling. I mean,
All
like
right,
just
yeah.
kind of how school goes. School for me right now is playing baseball tomorrow. That's what I'm focused on. So it's great. I'm like, all joking aside, the school part of it here has actually been pretty cool, and I didn't think I'd actually enjoy it as much as I have, which is kind of a
Really?
bonus because I already did my hard school stuff at Columbia, and I was kind of just like, it'll be more of a coasting year for me. And don't get me wrong, like I definitely had a harder workload at Columbia, but I've enjoyed it. But also, I spend about 25 out of 24 hours a day at the field, so I don't exactly go to all my class like I should.
That's fair. And that's kind of part of it. You gotta work out that balance. And that's part of being a college athlete. You came from an Ivy League institution. They're gonna
Yeah,
assume you know what you're doing. If you miss a class, I feel like you can probably catch up. And in college baseball, that's half the part of what half the reason I played was so I could miss half my school. Like that was
it's the one benefit that honestly goes unsaid because it's taboo. But if you are acting like that is not part of the benefit, you are lying to yourself and to your family. That is 100% a benefit, and I'll stand by it.
and people will talk about it and they'll say like, oh well, that it's disadvantageous to these student athletes because they aren't learning as much. I counter against that and say they still got to pass the same test. You still got to learn the material. You're just teaching yourself at
100%.
that point. You're
Uh-huh.
art. I'm going to argue it's harder. You're getting smarter because of it.
Yeah, you got a supporter on that argument here, no doubt. I think us missing, okay, let's say I go on a road trip to Florida, per se, like we did last week. That would mean missing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of class. I now have to, by myself, find a way to compete in the classroom without those days that the other people had. So you tell me what's harder. I mean, listen, I think it's naive to say that it's easy and that it's not difficult. And I will always stand by that. I always have.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Even when I was taking my easier classes, I was still scraping by the bottom of the barrel. It's tough. Even the
Understood.
easy semesters, they're hard. But
Oh yeah,
you
I'm with
mentioned
you.
you had the road trip to Florida, where of course you missed some class, but also I
Mhm.
noticed some of the hair's gone too. Where'd the
Yeah,
haircut
yeah.
inspo come from? That's a
Well,
clean buzz.
oh yeah, it's not like a fade. It's just kind of like a prison buzz.
Yeah,
And
that's just give me a two all the way
literally,
around.
that's actually what it was. It was a two all the way around, except for my beard. I kept that. Um,
Fair.
so it was after the Florida series, and we played like good actually. I thought it was a really entertaining series. Like two really, it felt like a super regional to me. Like it was two just legit teams going at it the whole weekend. So it's not like we were mad with how he played, but we did lose a series. So we were like, I personally was kind of like, all right, screw it. Like I gotta do something. And then I was gonna get a haircut from our trainer. Yep, that apparently happens. I didn't realize that was the thing. And she was like trimming it, and people were coming in, and I was just like, oh, like, I could never do a buzz. Like I don't know how people do that. And then I gathered enough people around me to convince me through their words of kindness and also their wallets. And with
Okay.
those two motivators, I mean, basically anything can be done. And
Yeah.
with the right number, it was done. And it was the best decision I've ever made.
Okay. That is a fair there are so many things in college baseball that you just touched on that pop to mind in terms of guys just coming around. It's like, okay,
if we all throw in $10, then we
Mhm.
have $200 to get Steve to do whatever we want. And
100%.
so I'm glad that that's what that came down to. And
That's
so
all
it
of it.
was, you were just sitting there. What were you originally rocking with? What was the haircut requested
Well,
initially?
I've had like a mullet the past
Mhm.
3 months. Not like it looked good. I just kind of had it. You know what I mean? It's one of those
Mhm.
things where like I didn't
Wasn't bad.
like, yeah, like I didn't particularly want it. No one around me particularly liked it. It was just kind of there. And I was like, all right, I gotta like change something. Let's go like a little more formal. I was just gonna cut the back, leave the
Okay.
top. I was just gonna go for a very super cutsy cut, like what I do.
Okay.
Just kind
Yeah.
of walk in and say, clean it up. They ask like what number I want. I'm just like, I don't know. Just clean me up.
Medium-ish.
Yeah, like just like medium length would be great, ma'am. And then it went from that to Tubby starting to throw numbers around, and I'm like, okay, like fair enough. Let's talk numbers. You want to talk numbers? Let's talk numbers. And the number got to a good enough point, and I was all in.
This is the beauty of NIL. What I
Yeah,
do for my
100%.
haircuts, I take my hat off, I go to my wife and I say, make me look like Bob Saget in Full House. That's what I'm going for. I think that's kind of that angle we go to. And sometimes
100%.
she does better than others, but that's the beauty of hair. It comes back.
That's how it
Sometimes
goes.
it won't, but then we wear hats. That's the beauty of it.
That's
Now,
why I'm doing it right now. 100%.
well, I mean, I feel like that hat is just kind of stuck to you. I feel like the good hat is
Yeah, that's
what
true. I
what
literally wear it.
what is that from? What is the good hat?
It's
Because
so our Coach Schlossnagel, like we always do like our motivational meetings in the fall and just
okay,
like our team bonding meetings and stuff. And there's this one Jocko Willink video where he talks about like responding to adversity and he just like says good no matter what happens. And I always thought it was kind of a joke. Like I always saw the memes of it. It's like, okay, like you just got in a car crash, good. All right, chance to repair your car. Like I just kind of thought it was kind of funny but and dumb, but he like showed it to us and it was a very like serious meeting. And I actually kind of understood it a little bit then. And so it became a huge thing on our team, just responding to whatever happens. Good. And then on opening day, he got us all these hats. And I like everyone on the team wears them all the time. All the time.
I love that. That's
So
such a good setting of it too. Of like coach
yeah.
brings because everyone who knows about that video, the dog just took a shit in your shoes. Good,
Yeah.
put them on.
Good.
Put them
Yeah, yeah.
on. Good, you
Good.
wanted soft toes anyway. Stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like
Such a
there's
good
the
video.
jokes come flying, and it's
It's such
hilarious.
a
But
good
it's a
video.
great video too. So the messaging behind it is great. But we're
Yeah.
talking about doing tough stuff that might be difficult. Saying good playing in the SEC, Hayden. I want to get your thoughts because you've recently done it. You've recently started playing in the SEC
Uh-huh.
when you weren't in the SEC before. You got conference play under your belt now. What are your first impressions of SEC baseball?
Uh, I just would say the pinnacle of college baseball. I mean, I've obviously like I've been in one league, like I played in the Ivy League and JUCO before that, but I played a lot of teams from almost every league in the freaking country, it feels like. Just because pre-conference we'd always go play a really tough schedule. And I mean, it's the pinnacle, man. I mean, there's just the biggest thing that I've noticed is just the depth. Like I think even in the Ivy League and like some Power Five conferences and stuff, like everyone has really good starters and maybe like a few bullpens guys and that can really throw. But I swear every guy that rolls out on a weekend is just like the best pitcher ever. And it's just like, okay, all right, guys, another 94, 96. Just get up there and stay on the heater. Like, it's just like every guy. There's no
Yeah,
like just 88, shove it out there and go have fun. There's just no such thing, which
yeah.
is great. I mean, that's why I chose to play in this league, but it's pretty next level, man.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I haven't seen a reliever in the SEC not throwing 95 this season. And if there
Yeah,
are relievers out there that are not throwing 95, just know that I am here for you. I support
yeah,
you and I respect you
100%.
a ton because
And I'd love for you
it's
to pitch against me.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Exactly. But it's just crazy the amount of talent and the level of talent that has really come to college baseball, especially with COVID and the draft getting shortened. But
Oh yeah,
just like development wise, and especially, I mean, you are at one place to talk about having depth, having the arm farm. Of
right.
course, you got pitching coach Max Weiner there, who what a guy to add
The
on
God.
to a lineup.
Yeah.
How is he as
The
how
God.
is just working, like being around him, I guess, because
Yeah. He's a mythical creature. I mean, just a name in and of itself. I mean, what a name on the guy, right? I mean, it just comes with a charismatic feel.
it
Max Weiner.
really you can't
You
not be a
can't
cool guy.
you can't have that name and not be awesome. And he is. I mean, he lives up to everything you'd ever imagine from a guy named Max Weiner. He's so elite. He's a great human. He's obviously a great coach, and he's great with younger guys specifically. I think he's been great mentally with them. But numbers have shown what he's done with our pitchers, and I'm not taking anything away from our pitchers because our actual pitchers are legit. But I think having him in their corner has been so huge for them. I think it's been massive. So he's been a huge addition. I'm very happy I'm on the same side dugout as he is.
Yeah, it seems like the guys he is helping, of course, they develop on their own, but having some instruction certainly helps. And he's definitely helped some guys get back on track. I mean, you can't
Oh
teach
yeah.
guys to throw 98, but seems like you can find everybody and, get some group think going, because you guys seem to be doing
100%.
that down there. And
Yeah,
not
it
to
was not as
mention,
sorry, go.
I was just going to say, phenomenal hair too. I don't know if it's grown out right
Oh
now, but I
yeah.
saw a picture in the fall. Just good for the guy,
Legit.
It's like,
Legit love
why
it.
I feel like there should be some positions, and I think coaches are this position where hats aren't required. He's a hat off kind of guy. It's like
100%.
rocket.
It's a bummer because I think he said he does it every season. They like cuts it down to a more military type haircut. And I'm like, man, I get it, but like, I mean, I'm talking for you here. I'm trying to help you advertise. I mean, you're telling me those people in those stands want to see you with a buzz or like a nice two on the sides to a medium on top. No, they want to see freaking golden retriever, man. I mean, they know what they want.
I think as a pitching coach, you should have great hair, because then you're coming out for a mound visit. The umpire spends a solid 5 seconds in awe of just
Yeah, just
you get an
nice
extra
hair,
five. Who's to say
100%.
that's when the solution won't be found in your mound meeting? You never know.
Yeah, that is a problem with the pitch clock they're trying to figure out right now. Is in just inexplainables like that. So
Yeah,
hopefully that gets solved.
the
The intangibles, man.
intangibles are there. Now,
Yeah,
one
no
thing
doubt.
that happened this weekend that was a little peculiar, a little out of the norm, was Brady Montgomery started a baseball game. And
Yeah,
we usually see you talking about his approach at the plate, swinging at borderline strikes, and whether or not it's
no
going to be
doubt.
beneficial long term. Of course, when he does it and it's 450 feet out of the yard, it works. We'll agree with that. But how was
Yeah,
it seeing him on the mound going out there?
good. That's exactly how I describe it. Good. And you know what? It was also kind of demeaning to me and every other baseball player there. Like literally the most, just because we haven't seen him do it that much, and he's just like been God at the plate. Besides his approach, like obviously he's getting lucky right now. We'll see how it works after the season's all said and done. We'll talk again then. But right now, it's turned out great for him. And to see him go up and throw on the mound was just like one of the more mind-boggling things I've ever seen. I was just like, dude, this is so unfair. Like it was honestly, I don't know, it wasn't jealousy. It was more just more upset with myself that wow, I did not do good as a human. This guy can throw 95 and also hit a whole 500 feet. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's like, what did I not do that he did that I
Right,
should have
right.
been doing? That
Yeah,
way not even that I want to go so much as go back and do it, but more so
no,
I want to
no.
help the next guy. I want
Yeah,
to tell
yeah,
the next guy how to do that. And
100%.
I think the craziest part of it is like how disgusting his breaking ball is. Like the
Yeah,
fact
I don't
that
believe that.
he just has that in his back pocket and that's kind of just sitting in right field most of the game. That's pretty cool. I think it would be
Yeah.
really cool to see him like maybe a situation where he has to bend an outfield assist. It's like
Uh-huh.
umpire right
Oh
away. It's like,
yeah,
oh, we got a curve one. We yank one off right here, snap it in. I,
100%.
I don't know if it'll come up, but maybe if it does, he is one of the few guys prepared for that,
Mhm.
you know?
No, that's something to think about. I actually think he was working on that a few days ago now that you mentioned it.
Okay.
I'll have to check the film on it, but I'm almost positive that that was something that was being worked on. But I don't know if I'm really supposed to say that, so I'll keep that hush hush for now. But if
Yeah,
you watch a
just
game and you see it, just remember this conversation.
yeah, just let me know if next time you go to the field, there's a L screen set up in right field, just right in front of him, where he
Okay.
would be throwing.
Yeah.
Just like hey, curve it around this sort of thing.
Yeah. Like he's throwing sliders from right field into third base.
Look, I think it'd be sick. Would it be good
That'd
for
be
the
so cool.
UCL? Probably not. But hey,
Yeah,
you
but
know what?
is anything good?
UCL, good.
Yeah,
Some things are
exactly.
good.
Well,
Everything's good, actually.
good. Broken UCL, chance to repair it. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Good.
good.
All right.
Chance to knock rehab out of the park. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
Chance to do.
it is actually a really good mindset.
It's such a good mindset. It's just so funny.
And I feel like a lot of college baseball players make fun of it. Like they do exactly what
Yeah.
we've done, where you make fun of it, and then like you sit down and you think about it, and it's like, oh, that is actually
Yeah. Like, wow, if I
good.
actually did that, I'd probably be
Okay.
better in life. Like,
It's like, oh, that's why that guy wakes up and runs 5 miles. And
yeah, I understand it.
I
Good.
DoorDash McDonald's.
Yeah.
Good.
I
Why not?
literally just DoorDash Taco Bell. I'm not
I
kidding.
don't blame you. What's your meal? What'd you get?
Well, it depends. Today I was trying to go a little more like value meal wise, just because I didn't want to
Okay.
spend that much money. So
Respect.
I went 3 double stacker tacos, which are my
Oh, good
freaking
call.
favorite. I
Good
love
call.
those. And then a stacker, a little different, more of a quesadilla thing. And then
Mm-hmm.
I went I always splurge with one Doritos Locos taco.
Always a good call. Always a
I
good
mean,
call.
have to.
You always got to look at what the cravings value menu has too,
Always,
because
always
it's
have.
constantly switching. And
Mhm.
I think the thing about Taco Bell is it's all the same. It's just the vehicle of which it gets to your mouth and the temperature.
100%. It's a good way to put it.
Like those are the two changes. It's like, oh, you want chips and cheese? That's also a quesadilla. That's just different.
Uh-huh.
Cheese is melted differently. But I could go on and on like that for hours. I won't, waste your time with that.
Good
If I
point.
had a college course, it would be on the fact that, Taco Bell is just giving us the same stuff over and
In
over again.
different formats.
And I'm fine with it. I really am.
I don't care. Yeah.
It works. Like I'm still showing up. I'm still in the drive-through, getting a Baja
100%.
Blast, slurping it all down.
Yeah, light ice so I can get more liquid for my buck. Like,
I
yeah, I have no problem.
I really like where your head's at on this matter too. That's good to hear. That's
I'm a
good to
value
hear.
guy. I mean, I have to be, right? I mean, I I am not in position right now to go buy 20 Doritos Locos tacos for myself. I mean, when I am, I 100% will be. When I'm old and all is said and done, I hope to God I can go there and not buy off the cravings menu, but cravings value menu. But for right now, that's where I'm
It's
at. That's where I'm committed to.
we can only shave our heads so many times each month.
Mm.
Only get so much income from that,
Right. I mean, until there's nothing to shave, it's like biting your nails until the follicles
Yeah.
are literally gone. It's like
And
you're
it's
just
like
biting your
your scalp's bleeding. It's like, how
yeah.
much you guys want to give me for this?
Yeah, yeah. You guys got $1 million because I might die. Like,
It's like, no, we didn't want to watch that, dude. You just
yeah.
kind of did it. We don't know what happened. You blacked
Literally,
out.
no one told you to do that. That was just you being weird.
Yeah, we
Okay. Yeah,
really,
all
you
right.
really thought you were gonna get $7. You had yourself.
Yeah. That could have been a good value, actually. $7. That would have been enough at Taco Bell for a nice meal, by the way. I'll just put that in there. Also, Taco Bell is not paying us for this. That is also they should be. If you're willing to, great. Please.
Yeah, honestly, it's clear that they aren't paying for you talking about
Yeah.
the value. But hey, look, we can get that changed one day. We'll find a
Good.
way. We'll find someone at
We could have them
Taco.
sponsored this, actually. We won't. We're just, I mean, I definitely won't, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
hey,
that'd be pretty cool.
try to reach out to people. You never know what can happen in today's climate,
It's
in
a good
today's
point.
world of college sports.
It's a good point, sir. It's a good point.
But now getting back on track a little bit, I need to know, of course, this was a big weekend. You guys won the series against Mississippi State. Who was your favorite Texas A&M Aggie player of the weekend? Who was your like, oh, this was our top performer? Who's it going to this week?
I mean, I hate to say Grohovac. It's just such a bummer.
Yeah.
I hate to say Braden too. Like it's just like these guys are good, but like no one's looking at what I'm looking at from
The
my perspective,
intangibles.
the intangibles. And so what I'm thinking is I'm going with my guy, Hayden, freshman outfielder. He goes oppo or pull side tank, oppo double on Sunday, rubber match day, and his heart rate was low the whole weekend. I mean, this guy acted like this
Wow.
was his 80th college game. It was very, very impressive. So I'm gonna go with him. He's my pick. and my
That's
guy.
a good pick. That's a good pick. I do remember the Flying Sorrel tweet. That was a very
Yep.
good one. That was a very
Hmm.
fun one to say too. I like when tweets also help you with guys' names. Like
Big
that
time.
one.
Big time.
The pun that helps. That
Super
helps me.
Sorrel. It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, like Gavin Grahovac. I don't
Mm,
have something to rhyme with that. I don't
no,
have a pun. I didn't
no.
know it was back until I heard you and Jay say it, if I'm being honest with you. I
Mm.
thought it was Grahovic, like just
It
kind of,
might be. It
and I
honestly
just
might
kind of
be.
breezed through it. Well,
Yeah.
if you could get me an answer, if you know the guy, if you know someone who knows him, if you want to get an answer, it's not really that
I
important.
don't really. I just don't. He's just gonna be like, oh, people want to know my name. Like he's gonna be like, oh yeah, another one wants to know my name and how to say. Screw you, Gavin.
All right, you're
Like
just
who's
Gavin.
literally the only people who've asked the pronunciation of my last name are like ex-girlfriends, and that's literally it. It's unbelievable.
That's
Just like
been there,
yeah,
man. Been there.
right.
Like the
Yeah, it's true
SCHO
actually.
sound is not the friend of anyone, man.
No, everyone's. I love it when it's announcers. Hayden
Yeah.
Scott. Well, all right, new last name. Let's play a ball game. Good.
I I would love to know how many announcers have probably said the same last name for me and you.
Oh
Because
yeah,
Scotch, Schoch, all
just kind of
sorts of things. It's bad.
100%.
It's
100. You're
bad.
probably
But
right.
that's on us though. That's on us for
Yeah,
getting this name,
on our
for choosing it,
ancestors.
for not not getting it changed. Now,
Right.
we went over your player of the weekend. Do you have a teammate of the weekend? Just a team guy, someone on the
Different.
bench bringing the vibes. Just
It's a lot of good. Our team's so good at that, by the way. Like we got
yeah, I
guys
feel
who
like the vibes are high.
vibes are just immaculate. We got guys who maybe aren't getting on the field as much as they want to, but they are elite in the dugout.
Love
I'm gonna
that.
go with my guy Travis Chestnut. He's small but mighty. I mean, I'll tell you what, this guy packs a punch. He may be weighing in at 180, looking at under 6 foot, but this guy's just an absolute pack a punch human. I mean, it's like I've never seen anyone with more energy than this kid. Sometimes to the point of like, wow, Travis, my ears hurt. Like maybe quiet down a little bit. But you'd rather have that problem than the other side of the problem where they're not
Yeah,
talking at all.
because that problem gives you the feeling, the idea of, okay, that why is that annoying me? Because I'm
Yeah,
not being loud, and
yeah,
then it's like, I could be doing better. So he's
100%.
bringing more out of everyone too.
Yeah,
But the pack a punch, I
100%.
like that reference too.
He's my team guy. Yeah, yeah, 100%. He's a good one too, and he just hurt his oblique, and I mean, what this guy's doing in the dugout as far as standing on the bench and stuff just cannot be part of his PT. But who cares?
Oblique, not to mention the expanding in the lungs, the
Right, right.
compressing. That's a lot on the
Loud.
oblique.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it
You're
seems
right.
like playing through that injury, that's good. Good.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
he, when he hurt his oblique, did he think good? Because now
He
it's gonna
did.
fit.
Yeah, he
Now I'll
actually
know when I'm really cheering hard.
he goes, yeah, he swung. He actually did it swinging. I'm pretty sure he swung, banged it up, and then as he's finished, he swings like it was just kind of like a hey, just reminder, good. Like, come on, remember, stick to our values, bud. Stick to what we
Yeah.
do. Come
Don't
on,
get too big. Stay within ourselves.
100%,
Don't try to
100%.
be selfish. Hit a home run here. Send
Yeah,
it
just
up. Just
be
play pepper.
you, man. Yeah, play pepper with the pitcher, big fella. Come on, what the game's about. Let's go.
That's all you got to do. Well, Hayden, is there anything else that happened this week in Texas A&M baseball we need to know about, or in the life of Hayden Schott that we need to know about? Anything else? Any closing thoughts?
Oh man, definitely nothing in the life of Hayden Shot. Not that interesting. Kind of go to the field, play, and then come home and play the show with Jace Laviolette, which we have just adopted. I mean, you want to talk about two kids who don't really do anything else in life other than that. It's pretty bad. And
Well,
he's probably actually both really improved over the past 4 days. So we've gotten a lot of bonding time together playing that game. It's been great.
yeah, and that's good for teammates. The new one
Mhm.
just came out, I believe.
Yep.
So, have you guys
Oh, yeah.
played it before? Or
Oh, like we've played before, obviously separately, but like
Mhm.
not to the extent that we're playing right now. Like it's
Okay,
honestly concerning. Like it's hurting my eyes. I'm pretty sure it's hurting my hitting because I can't see the ball. Like I'm just playing that much video games. It's pretty bad.
it's
But
just that two haven't adjusted yet. You know.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's like once I find a nice balance and like me playing the show actually helps, then you know what? Could find something special here. You could be looking at the next Tony Gwynn. Good. Yeah, yeah.
Great.
This hat might say great next weekend. You never know.
We don't know. And the hair will be grown out. You'll have one of everything from Taco Bell. It'll be a different week, but a good week.
Ooh, I will. I'll bring Taco Bell next time. That'd actually be sick. Good call. Dude,
Yeah,
we'll
always
absolutely
have
do that.
Taco Bell whenever you need it, man. Well, Hayden, thank you so much as always for taking the
Yes.
time. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate you here at the Schoch Factor.
I love being on, man. It's a good time. Good to see you again.
Now a quick break from our sponsors. Baseball barbecue started when a broken grill fork and a cracked bat came together to make the perfect grill tool. Now Baseball Barbecue makes patented bat handle barbecue tools and cutting boards that are licensed for the best teams in college baseball. Fun and functional, Baseball Barbecue products are perfect for casual fans and serious grillers alike, and a great way to out tailgate your rivals. Visit baseballbarbecue.com/D1Baseball to find the perfect grilling gift for the college baseball fan in your life.
Well, there you have it, folks. I don't even know if I mentioned it, but also big shout out to Hayden for his walk-off base hit against Rhode Island a couple of weekends ago. We hadn't talked since then. So big shout out to him. And he's one of those guys who, of course, he'll share highlights of his teammates on Twitter, but he's not really a guy to share his own. He's a humble guy. That's his role. And so I need to share that on his behalf because it was an insane walk-off. It was a lot of fun. Got so many bubbles flying through Olsen Stadium, which, I mean, you can't beat that. The Olsen Magic was alive and well. And I can't believe that I get to talk to a person contributing to the Olsen Magic on a semi-weekly basis. So shout out to Hayden. Thank you very much, as always, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us on the Schoch Factor podcast. Well, that's all we have for this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, of course, to our sponsors, Baseball Barbecue and Soldier Sports, for sponsoring the podcast. And thank you, of course, to D1 Baseball for making this all possible. Make sure that if you are in the market and you're like, hey, wait, I want more baseball information. Like, Steve, this is nice. You've given me some laughs, but I want some real insight. Then go to d1baseball.com, use code DONKEY to get 24% off your subscription, and you can get access to literally the biggest wealth of information in the college baseball market. It's what I use to keep myself fresh, and personally, I think it's a great tool that you could use too. But as always, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the Schoch Factor podcast. College baseball is rad. And make sure to tune in wherever you're watching this weekend. I hope it's a great one, and I hope you have a great holiday weekend.